NHL regular season recap, night 133, but because I'm lazy and it's late and I didn't already make a video on it, we're going to really quickly go over the Chris Tanev trade. So, to the Dallas Stars, Chris Tanev, and goalie Cole Brady. To Calgary, defenseman Artem Grushnikov, I think I'm getting that right, Dallas's 2024 second and a conditional third in 2026. The Devils also involved in this one. They get Dallas's 2026 fourth rounder in exchange for retaining 50% of Tanev's salary. So, who's the winner here? I mean, I don't really hate it for either of Dallas or New Jersey. Jersey, of course, getting a pick for retaining. It's fine. They have the LTIR space from Dougie Hamilton, of course, Mikey McLeod, and Cal Foote as well. So, kind of is what it is for them, right? For the Stars, you're getting a huge ad, one of the biggest names in the 2024 trade deadline, right? This is one of the two big-name defensemen, really, him and his ex-teammate now, Noah Hanifin. For Calgary, it's not all that great. I mean, Artem Grushnikov, just looking through the Athletics article on this, ranked like 10th in the Stars prospect pool, not really expected to be that big of a piece. It was pretty much expected that Tanev was going to pull at least a first rounder. I know he's got an expiring deal at the end of this year, but this is still a guy that like every GM wants going into the playoffs. He plays the exact type of hockey that wins you playoff games. This is a guy that belonged perfectly on Vegas's blue line last year, but he was in Calgary, so, you know, there's that. I don't know if you could ask for a better playoff-style defenseman, and not getting a first at least in return for that, or like a true bona fide prospect. Kind of a tough bid for the Flames. For Dallas, of course, it's a huge win. They add the sweetener as well in Cole Brady, so that's just a free player because why not? In my opinion, a huge win for the Stars. I didn't really think of them as a perfect landing spot for Tanev. I think a lot of us were thinking, you know, Boston, Toronto, maybe a team even like Florida could probably benefit from another defenseman, but Dallas, kind of a sneaky good fit there. They're kind of top-heavy when it comes to their defense, so this is a really good ad for them. Again, not so great for the Flames. For New Jersey, it's kind of whatever. It doesn't make a huge difference, right? But, yeah, interesting trade. A little bit surprised it happened this far ahead of the deadline, but definitely a good acquisition for the Stars, and we'll jump into the two games for tonight. The first of which is between the Columbus Blue Jackets and New York Rangers. Just puke everywhere. I did not want to watch this game. I did not watch this game. No goals in the first. Panarin and Fox scoring in the second. Sillinger makes it 2-1 just 3 minutes into the third, but then Chris Kreider and Artemi Panarin later in the period both scoring on the empty net. Not a super eventful third. Obviously, they get some chances there at the end with it being just the one-goal game, but the Rangers hold it down as they should against this Blue Jackets team. Both goalies actually pretty solid. Shesterkin goes 30 for 31, a .968. He's been red hot as of late, and that continues tonight against a mid at best offensive team in Columbus. For Elvis, he has a pretty solid night too. 26 of 28, a .929 save percentage. You can't ask for more from that. If you're the Blue Jackets, you just need another goal or two, ideally, to get the win, but not going to happen tonight. They get some revenge over their game last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. 4-1 New York is the final here. And the only other game tonight, because the NHL schedule makers are my favorite people on the planet, is the Edmonton Oilers taking on the St. Louis Blues. And this was a pretty good one. I can't complain about this being the only other game tonight. In the first, Thomas, Buchnevich, and Hyman all scoring. Thomas and Hyman's goals coming on the power play. In the second period, Zach Hyman gets his second of the game to tie us up at 2. And there's no more goals until we get to overtime, where who but Connor McDavid, snapping his 11-game goalless drought, ends up scoring the game-winning goal. This is one Binnington's probably going to want to have back. He was just a bit off angle. It hits off of the shoulder and the jersey and kind of like floats up and in. He's definitely going to wish he had that one. They probably should be in a shootout as I'm recording this, but nonetheless, the Blues will take the point. The Oilers will take 2. It's a big win for them. They're continuing to create separation between them and the Los Angeles Kings for that final divisional spot, and of course making up some ground on Vegas as they do it. For the Blues, it's a tough loss. They'll take the point. They're not out of the playoff race by any means, but they're definitely in a position where you need to be racking up 2 points at a time as often as you can, and tonight they're just not able to do so. For the goaltenders, once again, both of them pretty solid. Binnington just a bit worse, 32 of 35, a .914 save percentage. For Stuart Skinner, he continues his run of really strong play as well, 32 of 34 for a .941. That's it for NHL regular season recap, night 133. We will talk to you guys tomorrow, where there's once again a massive night of games, and then Friday not so much, so rest up. We'll talk to you tomorrow for another marathon.